Okay, solar. The target for today is to give you a scenario, technical scenario, in terms of innovation, trends, and what is going to happen to the new technology in the timeline about 3-5 years, because this is what we can predict. And I would like to give you 3 key messages. What will be the trend? What will be the key technology? And how these technologies are going to affect your investment, your LCOE, your IRR, and your calculations. Now, if we have a look in the global solar demand, we see how solar is growing, and is growing fast. Basically, for 2020, we expect almost 150 gigawatt demand. And the trend, it's pretty clear. Europe is playing a big role in this market. Of course, Asia has the leadership. And, well, we need to be prepared because right now, solar is by far the cheapest technology in terms of LCOE costs. And in terms of technology, what is happening in real life? First of all, I can confirm what is happening in terms of poly modules and mono technology modules. More or less 2 years ago, with our R&D department, we realized that we cannot develop any more poly technology. We cannot achieve the same efficiency as mono. Then we decided to switch completely the strategy and go to mono. And this is what is happening in the real market, because poly technology, even if it is a very cost-effective technology yet, I will say that in terms of emerging market, it's still a good option. But in terms of Europe, in terms of high-efficiency market, where we have to develop results, mono is now the only technology that we can, for sure, suggest and deliver. And what's happening about also bifacial? Bifacial. Now, last year, we faced a request, global request, about 3%. But if you see the graph behind me, in a couple of years, the request of bifacial will be 40%, meaning bifacial will play a very key part in the solar market. One of our strategies is also to switch completely the cell production to bifacial. So in a couple of years, we will not produce any more monofacial cells. Even the cells that we will use for bifacial, for monofacial panels, we will have bifacial skills. This is very important. And if we analyze why go for bifacial today, I think that the answers are quite clear. When you analyze a large-scale plants and you make your numbers, you see the LCOE. How I can reduce the LCOE? There are mainly 2 ways. One, either you reduce the costs or you increase the energy yield. What you do with bifacial is just you apply the same technology, same panel, with bifacial production energy from the back, and then your energy yield increases and your LCOE will decrease because finally the IRR will be higher. And then why go for bifacial? First, energy yield, which can go in a real life between 3 to 10%, depending on the albedo, which is now a key factor. Understand the albedo and the background of the environment where you are planning to install the bifacial panels. And nevertheless, you will get 30-year warranty line in terms of performance. But from bifacial perspective, I think that the big advantage that we developed is that we can offer bifacial technology not only with glass technology, but with a standard backsheet and glass technology. with this configuration, with a transparent backsheet developed by DuPont, we can offer to EPC, to an investor, a product that can fit in a standard mounting system, and the weight is the same one. Because the big difference between glass technology and transparent backsheets is the 7 kilogram difference, which is a big difference. And the warranty and the performances are practically the same. I mean, I would like to take the chance also to speak about backsheets, because the question the lady made before is very important. I would like to highlight that backsheet is the weakest part of the module, the weakest. And probably in the past is a young industry. Some companies made some mistakes in choosing materials from the backsheet. You see the results. That's why, I mean, also we decided to collaborate with DuPont in terms of Tedlar, in terms of high quality backsheets. And that's why you have to put in very important topics in terms of backsheet quality when you judge a module. Well, again, 25% lighter than the glass. That's the bifacial technology with transparent backsheet. And one of the most important things is O&M. The Tedlar PV films has hydrophobic particular skills, meaning that you can see the effect of the water. It will be very easy to clean, even easier than glass. And that is why you have to calculate at least 5% less in terms of cost from O&M activities. If we compare a standard 100 megawatt peak plant, can be in Greece, can be in Australia, in this case I think was Australia, we have a PR of 85% performance ratio of the plant. We have a CAPEX, we have a OPEX, and we have an annual irradiance that in this case is pretty similar to Greece. If in this case we make a study, we make a comparison between monofacial and bifacial, what is going to change? Bifacial, right now, you have to make some modification. Even if you have a monofacial 400 watt peak, meaning 400 watt peak also bifacial, so in order to compare apples with apples, you need to understand that bifacial, the cost is a little bit higher, but even if it is a bit higher, in this particular case, it was 10% more energy yield. This 10% more energy yield allows you to have a lower LCOE, 6.3% less. So even if we have a TOTEX different, finally the LCOE will be lower, which is very important because that's the number you have to take into consideration in your investment. Nevertheless, you have to count on the 30 years additional benefits for the lifetime warranty, not 25 anymore like monofacial. New technologies, multi-bus bars. What's happening? I will say that we are stepping out from the 5 bus bars, and we are moving to a multi-bus bar concept, and this is the trend. The multi-bus bars, which is the blue area, will be more and more in the coming years. And the concept is clear. We have new technologies which are already in mass production. This is the new TR technology with 9 multi-bus bars. And I mean, what's happening in terms of technology? First of all, we completely removed the passive area. There are no more any white area between the cells because, as you can see here, there is an overlap between the cells. And by doing this, we are increasing the efficiency. We reached more than 20%. And I will say that the most important point about the new technology is that energy gain. This is where we are working. We need to provide more energy to the system. And if we compare the energy gain from 9 busbars to a standard 5 busbar modules, we see a difference monthly. It is more or less 1.5% more in terms of energy yield. That is the new TR technology. And if we apply, again, the TR technology to the EPC evaluation, in this case it's different because the TR technology allows us to reach 460 watt peak in one panel, meaning that we are increasing the efficiency. Meaning, if we have a plant and we compare a traditional 400 watt peak with a 465, at the end of the day, in your calculation, you will see that the land that you are going to occupy, the surface, will be minus 4%. And if you think about this area, you think about that in that area, you are not going to pay the lender. You are not going to install mechanical structure, cable, trenches, and you are not going to clean or perform any O&M activities. So you are definitely going to reduce the BOS costs and the CapEx as well. This is the final result for, again, a LCOE comparison between a normal PERC module with a bigger size PERC module and the new technology TR, which is now even available in 470 watt peak. This actually comparison gives you another point of thinking, because larger doesn't mean that it has more efficiency. So it doesn't mean that the panel is bigger, you have more efficiency. Remember to have a look, you have to have a look in the efficiency, which is the most important value. And if you see the new technology, which is more than 20%, you immediately can calculate how the EPC cost is going down, and then the LCOE as well is going down about 2.5, and finally the IRR will be higher. That's the target of the new technology TR. Now, premium products, N-type. I think Phil already mentioned about N-type. Well, we have this technology ready. It's almost ready for mass production. We have, for now, 1 gigawatt capacity. And this is a little bit a game changer, because with N-type, which is just starting, we can see the orange. The N-type mono is a little bit, not a revolution, but we are going to remove LID effect with N-type. We are going to provide really a premium product, because different factors. First of all, you can have N-type normal, monofacial, and bifacial. And the bifacial factor will increase about 10%. But the most important thing is the degradation. So it will be 1% the first year, and 0.4% annually. This is the key in terms of technology. But the most important thing is that you are going to remove completely LID effect. In terms of bifacial, let's compare. Everybody know that depending on the environment, we will have a different energy yield output. Now, we have a test facilities in Nanning. We have already 2 years data about bifacial. I would say that the most common situation is sand, cement, and grass. So that is why I expect a production for P-type between 7 and 10% more. But when we move to N-type with a higher bifacial factor, the N-type, which is the green line, will perform even better. The bottleneck of bifacial technology right now is to calculate how precisely you will get more in energy yield. Because I see that the simulation softwares like PVSys or competitors are not really 100% reliable, meaning they are very conservative. There is a huge gap between the real data and the simulations, and I hope we will improve better this aspect, but still, those are data coming from our test facilities. And nevertheless, it has been also third-party approved. If we, let's say, compare N-type plus P-type, the green curve is providing you the difference, let's say, in terms of energy yield. And again, N-type is outperforming in terms of technology. The last comparison between P-type and N-type. What I did in this work is what I did in the other, let's say, simulations. So we have the same plants, same configuration, but we just changed the panel technology. And if we do the same simulation, comparing P-type and N-type, with power efficiency and everything, the LCOE, again, will be lower, and the IRR will be higher. So in terms of investment, N-type will play a key role in the future, as already someone mentioned. And for technology-wise, I mean, that's it. I wanted to show you the three main technology innovation, which are bifacial, N-type, and TR technology multi-busbars, and how they will play a different role in the different sectors in the market. Will be residential, will be large-scale plants, but in any case, we have to consider that market is changing a lot. In the last 10 years, I'm 15 years in the market, and I remember only poly and mono, just a small increment of inefficiency every year. Now the technology is moving fast, it's changing fast, and we have to follow the trends, which are very, very new trends, very, very new technologies, and it's important that you apply the right product to the right plan. That's my suggestion, and thank you.